joining the call again. So, yeah, as you all are aware, we have actually completed the train the trainer training for Apacs last Thursday morning, and they have actually started with the user acceptance testing. So there were actually some issues that I think Ian has been working with your team on the issues that has been reported during the user acceptance test. But also during the training, we receive a list of requests. Some of them could be minor, some of them could be require a little bit more effort. So we'll need to go through those lists and see how we can actually get back to Apex in terms of those requests that they highlighted during the trainings. So maybe before we go into the training feedback, we will actually go through the UAT issue first. Ian, so for the UAT issue, right, is there any outstanding UAT issues that we are still waiting for Khalif team to revert or fix?
Yeah, let me share screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So the issues, okay, I have actually okay, I reverted on Monday night. Okay. Yeah. So there are several issues. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6. Yeah. 6 total issues. Okay. So the first one is regarding one of the export documents. Okay. So the export documents, the captures, okay. So based on your previous advice, you asked to use some combinations of image cleanups and maybe different OCR using the mixed print OCR. So I have actually tested out in the transformational designer module. Okay, but somehow it is still not able to capture the words. So you can see here in the content, it is capturing as SRTAIY-S1. Okay, but the document itself. So originally, the document you can see here that it is displayed as SRTMY-SH00058994. Yeah, but when it returned on the field validation, it is displayed as SRTMY-SLI space 00589894. Okay, so based on your advice is to use the mixture of different OCRs and image cleans up. So I've tried each of the image cleans up, and also I use the mixed print OCR. Okay, and still not able to get the ideal result. So I'm not sure what other advice you can give on this particular document.
During our testing of the export documents, right, are we able to capture the value accurately?
Most of the test samples that I test is able to capture, but so for some of the samples that the user starting to upload since after the trainer sessions, some of them are encountering these sorts of issues. Yeah, but if you look at just now the scan document itself, it looks like the quality wise is okay, it's readable. I can read also.
For the capture, it's possible that the DPI is below 300. And if we want to have a more accurate capture experience, we have to have at least 300 DPI on the document.
So how we actually can measure at the spot for that particular document DPI is how much? So is there a way to actually measure that?
I think, Ian, for this one, right, you just send an email to Azim and ask him to check on the Konica devices, right? What is the default DPI settings that was set in the Konica device when they actually do the scanning?
Um, Ian, Aywa, can you open up again that screen that?
This one?
Okay. Yeah. The way I look at it is based on the previous experience. You see the characters, it's like there is no space between those characters, right? So, for example, between S and H, right? It's like two characters, S and H. They just join together, right?
That all
So-
their previous samples that is given to us, it is also in the similar printout, right?
Yes, and the prefix is also the same, starting at SRTMI-SH like that. But I mean, in the transformation designer, because there's several image cleanups, right? And then some of them is like thinning. So it will actually like thin out some of the blackened space. Okay, so but I tested out also, but it's still not able to recognize. But using that cleanup, it should actually able to recognize, right? Okay, I think I will check with the Apacs team as well on the DPI setup. Okay,
Right.
and I see what they can tell me about that. Okay, so if let's
And
say yes.
Can you also send this sample document to
Yeah,
us?
I did send it in the email. I think your team
Oh,
has
you
received
send in the
already.
email.
Yeah, in the email.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you did not receive, please let me know. I'll resend it again. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's if it's already with the team, I'll just check with them later.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I will check. But I also saw that, okay, not just these particular samples, there are several samples that they uploaded. Okay, it's also having these like source of issues. Okay, yeah. Okay, so after I get the DBI information, I will also share with your team. Okay, we see what we can do from there.
Okay.
Right, so that is the item 2. So the item 1, removing blank space. Okay, I saw your team. You have already added the expressions in the workflow for the serial number fields. I also checked on the workflow already, and so far I did not receive any further complaints from the customers. Okay, so but I will still observe and see whether any further sample that they tested still have the same issue. Okay. So the third one is the GIS serial numbers. Okay. So, okay. So you see the serial number is capturing actually not the correct value. It's capturing the 11. Okay. But the main document that shows all this information, the serial number is actually blank. Okay. I think what the OCI is doing is that because he's trying to search for these serial numbers. Okay, at the main page there's no information. That's why he searched for the next serial number label, and it found until this page. Then it just capture the value beside tagging to the serial number label lah. Okay. So based on your team advice is that okay is to actually okay. So based of your team advice is that is to set the locator to tell the locator where to actually to get these informations. Okay, I know that we can actually tell the locator to look for that information in the first page, the middle page, or the last page. But the problem is that Apex they are expected that KTA they don't want to set it like in certain orders lah. Meaning that they don't want the users okay to set like okay telling the users to every the main page document should put it at the first and then the rest is the appendix, not like that. So they are expecting that once they send whatever the documents in random orders, the KDA should actually able to recognize and capture the informations lah, without telling the locator where to find. So our original design is that I know that all of the locators are set as getting from all pages. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think setting like first pages, middle pages, or last pages is going to resolve their issues now. So do you have any other like alternative for this
So meaning,
scenarios?
Ian, for this one, right, is that there's multiple pages and the serial number appears in a few pages, is it?
Yeah, the serial number label appear in few pages. But hold on a minute. Let me pull out the document. So for that samples, right? So you can see this is the page one. This whole attachment got 8 pages. So the main document is the GRN. So that should be where the information is capturing from. Okay, so you can see that the main pages, page 1, the serial number, there's no info is written there now. So that's why I think that is why the OCR is trying to find the serial number value from the other pages. Okay, so that's why it is
If we
it takes
just draw
11.
around the serial number box in the first page, the one that is
No, we
showing
cannot
blank,
draw because there's no value.
there's no value, so cannot draw.
Yep.
So if let's say the first page has serial number, will the system capture the serial number from this page or it will still capture from the other page?
It will capture from this page from the samples that are tested. Okay, but if let's say sometimes if we upload some samples without the serial number info, right? Sometimes it will not capture, it will just appear blank, or that is the correct that is what Apex expect. But sometimes it will just getting random values from different pages if they find other serial number label like this one. Yeah. So
I
in page
think
7, there's serial number labels, right? And then and they just capture the 11 next
so.
to the.
If let's say for this particular sample, we just remove it, and then if they send again the same set again, will the system still capture the 11 as serial number?
I got test this scenario, it will still capture 11. Yeah.
So even though we go and delete it, so system doesn't seem to learn and say that this is not the place to capture lah.
Yeah. So so I'm not sure what we can do from here. So Apex team, they expect, they just expect to pump all their documents inside. So they don't want to think about how the documents is, how it arranged, it might be randoms, anything. They expect the system, fully automated, no ways to capture, and they expect to capture in 100% accuracy, correct, like that. Yeah, so that's why in my replies, right, I say that setting the locator to capture from certain pages might not be the very ideal way. So and ETP and M team advice. mm, Is there any alternative? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Khalid, this sample, I'm not sure whether the sample has been previously configured something like this before, but I think it's better to have a look at this sample as presented by
Right.
Ian and
Uh,
the team to look at the configuration based on the sample.
okay, we will look at it. Is the sample shared with us already in the email?
Or for this sample, I need to recheck. I think I did share, but never mind. Later, I will compile all the samples again. I share with you. Yeah, that'll be
Okay.
better. Yeah, right. But this is just one of the sample, and they actually encounter quite a few lah. Because when I try to check each of their samples that are uploaded to the KTA at the moment, not just GRN, some other documents that might have some certain fields, right, also encountering this issue lah. So that's why I only raise this one to you. I want to know like maybe how PDPM team can resolve this one. Then I will try to using your way to see if can resolve for the other documents as well. Yeah.
I think maybe yeah, you just give the issues also for the other document type and then see so that it can be see in the overall manner rather than right now we are trying to do for one, then potentially I don't know whether one solution will be applicable for all, or it is like it has to be specifically based on different document type we have to configure differently again.
Okay. But I think we also need to like set Lucas a expectation, because what I see Lucas is anticipating is that the KDA is supposed to capture everything in 100% correct order now. So I feel like any slight like miss like this one, for this example, for this one sample it captures like not correct, then they will see this as a fail, like that.
Yeah, so the thing is that we may also need to do some statistics and see how many percentage of the files or the test that they did. I don't know whether in KTA we have something like AP Essentials, we are able to identify how accurate the fields are actually captured correctly, the percentage and all those things or not. If not, we may need to try to do some manual statistics and see what is the percentage like. Of course, if let's say the accuracy is very low, then it is not something that we can get back to Lucas. But if let's say it is at least achieving out of the 10 documents that they tested for one document type, right? And only one or two is having such issue, then we can say, yeah, don't expect 100%. But there's still something that requires validation anyway. But if let's say out of 10, 8 have problem, 2 no problem, then very difficult for us to get back to them lah. So we need to have all these statistics in hand also.
Is there such statistics in the current workspace, Khalif?
Statistics.
Yeah, like about the accuracy wise for each of these field. Is there like some sort of statistics that we can review on them, like how accurate is the KTA capturing all these informations?
Um, Ian, I can, well, there was sort of some webinar done by Tungsten, which it was by Apacs, right? That I will try to find the reference. I should have it somewhere, and I'll share it later with you.
Okay.
To address on this particular accuracy, because of yeah, I agree with the Iowa that if out of 10 documents, then there is a problem in one or two. I think it's like this, something unique for a certain document. Then it's not a general issue. It's rather it's case by case, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I'll proceed with the next one. Okay, the fourth is the uncertain warnings lah, right? So all 4 documents type it might be random. Okay, some of the fields, all right, it for the examples, okay, you can see that this is a export document, and you can see the customer ship to fields is capturing the value and is correct, but it will still prompt this the field extraction was not certain. Okay, from time to times, okay, all 4 document types, some of the fields that we also have this prompt out. So in my emails, I asked PDBN team whether is it due to lack of sufficient training data, so the KDA is not confident enough to identify whether this value capture is correct or not, right? Yeah. So based on PDBN team response is is also using the locator, right? So here I think your team respond that server fields should be on the main page. The issue have been resolved. But again, the page order, right? It might be random from time to time. So the main page of the document, sometimes it might be not the first page. It might be at the last or might be in the middle. Yeah. Because Apacs, they want to set, the order of the pages. So they just everything like just lump sum and then they just use the scanner, okay, and then they expect KTA to to recognize where are the main pages of the document is. Yeah. So I think the way that using the locator to set, okay, might not be ideal lah. Right.
But for
So
this particular case, this ship 2, is it in the first page, the value
it's
that
in the
it is
first page.
captured?
Yeah, it's in
It
the
is
first page.
captured from the first page, and the system still prompt that not very confident lah.
Yeah, not certain. Yeah. So is there any way to resolve it? So you can see this one is page 1 out of 3 lah. So this is the first page lah. Yeah.
But in this case, in the other page of the document, there's no other there's no ship to anymore, right?
Yeah.
Ian, just now you said that the order of the pages of a document may not really be ideal in the way that first page should come first, but the main page may come later. And is that correct?
Yeah, the Apex team, that's what they expect. So they expect that they will send like the documents in random page of orders, and then they expect the systems, right, to know where are these information to capture from, okay, without like telling, like without need to set the locator, right, in a static way. Yeah, so this one you can see we can actually set whether we want the locator enabled for all pages, first page, middle page, or last page, right? Yeah. They don't expect to set it in this way.
Okay,
Yeah.
not too sure that this has been informed before. Khalif, can you confirm that this kind of requirement has been known to the team previously?
Which requirements?
That the sequence of pages in a document may not be really in order, right? The main page may come later at the second or the third page, or maybe the last page. Okay. Is that something that the configuration team has known previously, or is it something that you also just hear now?
I think we just also heard it now. I don't think it's
No,
so.
I don't think so. It is just the current requirement because Baji, remember initially we were saying that the capturing of the data is always from the first page, but then at one point of time Apex team came back and said, oh, the information may not be from first page itself. That's why they increased the license that the transformation is also covering the entire document and not just from the cover page itself.
Not that. So that's what it meant.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. Okay. Okay. I think the team should have a look at this one more time and retest it with this random order of the pages. Yeah.
Okay. Just add on this occur for all 4 document types. Yeah. So so I think your team should also check all 4 of them if possible.
Yeah, for the 2 document types that we configure, I think we check on that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right. So there's 4 item. Okay. Okay, the 5th one is the Excel data. Okay. So examples. So what Apex team they expect is that, okay, if let's say they send a PDF, okay, that is tagged to this transaction number SRTMY-SH005897. Okay, although there's only one PDF, one copy of PDF, okay, when they cross match with the Excel data, if the Excel data have 5 line items, okay, that is associated to that transaction number, they should actually create 5 records in the document retrievals. Oh, sorry, here is 4 mean 4 4 records of document retrievals, because some of their informations in the line item might be different now. So maybe the GRN numbers is different, serial number is different, or item description is different. Okay, so although there's only one PDF, when they match again this Excel, okay, if there are 5, regardless how many line items, okay, as long as they can match, right, then it should create out.
So actually, how are we designing the line items for those document type that has the Excel file, which may actually consist of multiple line items? Because I remember for the export document, we initially Apacs team wanted to capture the line item from the image, but we said that since the line items are available in Excel, it will be more accurate to capture it from the Excel file for the line items rather than from the image itself. But then somehow I don't see how we are actually displaying it in the retrieval screen for the line items, or even in this case, I suppose no validation because line items are not extracted from the image. So yeah, how is it displayed in the retrieve screen?
What you're asking?
PTP and MT, yeah.
What is the problem on this Excel?
Okay, the thing is that for export document, or even the GRN document, one GRN or one export document, in this case mostly is export document, they may have multiple line items, right? So
Okay.
so right now for the export document, the line items are expected to be captured from the Excel file. But during the testing, we realized that even though there are multiple line items for one particular export document listed in the Excel file, but at the retrieval page, we are still seeing there's only one record for the export document. We cannot see the rest of the line items that is actually tied to this same export document.
Alif, is that clear to the team?
Sorry, can you repeat the okay, so currently the configuration is set to the PDF.
So there's only one PDF document for the export document, okay, and inside the PDF document, inside this export PDF document, there could be multiple line items, right? And then obviously when they send us the Excel file, they are also listing out all the line items. So previously during the requirement stage, they were asking whether the line items, is it better to capture from the PDF file itself or from the Excel file? So we say if capture from Excel file, then it is 100% accurate because there's no interpretation. But so we asked, we told Apex team that, okay, for line items, you're going to capture from the Excel file and not from the PDF itself. But right now, after they have actually tested one sample where they have one export document, PDF file, and there's multiple line items in the Excel file for the particular export document. During the retrieval, they could only see one record for this export document, and they could not see the multiple line items that is actually incorporated to this particular export document.
So in the Excel capture, we can only capture one line, right? Is that the problem?
Yeah, it has to capture all the line items.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I think it's clear. I mean, the problem, what has been configured now is only capturing one line item instead of the multiple line items as shown here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Later I will make an Excel file to list all this issue. I think it's a bit confused to trace from the email. Yeah, I will create one Excel and then list all the issue.
Yes, that will be helpful.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, so but right now we just continue from the email first. Okay, so the last item is regarding the document separations classifications. Okay, so Apex they did one testings. Okay, so in one PDF they contain two documents type. Two documents. Two documents type.
Two documents or two document type?
Two documents. Wait, not sure why cannot display the image. Yeah. Solution. Yeah, this one. So for example, this one. Okay. So if let's say one PDF contain two export documents, okay. So during the testings, okay, I've enabled the document separation settings from the transformational designer. So I tested out with the Excel data. I uploaded to the mailbox, okay, and then I run it, okay, but somehow, okay, so there's two export documents. Okay, the first one, the invoice is this one, book dash sh 00149, and another one is this one, srtmy dash sh 0058889. Okay, but somehow the first one, this one export document, okay, this one with the prefix book. In the activity tab, it shows the validation message as this one. Transaction number SRTMY SS05889 in the document is not found in the Excel data reference. So I think there's some issue with the cross matching here.
Khalif, you understand what Ian is trying to highlight?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, are we taking the correct value to do the matching with the Excel file or not? Because as you can see, this document, the number is book SH001149, right? But how come the error message is, it seems like we are taking another value to do the cross matching?
Okay.
So I think the last two issue is actually a bit critical. We need your team to look into it urgently. For the earlier issues, the one that it is actually capturing in different pages or the wrong value and all those things. We will try to get more information from Apex team, especially on the DPI settings in their devices. And then also we will try and do some statistics and see whether how many have they tested, what's the accuracy like, and whether we can find out more information, or is it really a case-to-case basis, or it is something very generic and common that those fields are always capturing the wrong value.
That's this last issue.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is the document separation settings, okay, that I have enabled to test out. Okay. So Apex team, they expect that sometimes they might scan, okay, several documents in a single batch, okay. So when they output to the server, it'll be in a single PDF only. So basically, one PDF contains several documents, okay. So I checked from the e-learnings and the help link, okay. We could actually use the document separation setting, okay. In one batches, we can actually use that to identify different documents, okay. So I use one samples, okay. This is a workshop report samples, okay. So they are 31 pages, okay. So when I've enabled the settings, all these 31 pages, okay, you can see here right on the screen, each of them has been separated as individual documents now. Okay. So based on the e-learning is that we need to do several times of trainings so that the systems will know how to classify all these pages as a single documents or several documents, right? So what I did is that I select all 31 of these pages, I merge them, okay, then I proceed with the classifications and document validations. So then later on, I upload for the second time for the same samples. When it perform the document classification, same thing, they separate each of these 31 pages into individual documents like this on the screen. Then again, I merge, I do the document classifications and validation. On the third time, I expect that the system should have already know that for these incoming document, all these 31 pages should be classified as single workshop report documents okay. They should actually merge all these 31 pages together already. They should already know because I've already performed 2 times, right? So on the third time when I submitted this document again, same thing, all these 31 pages of these documents is separated up like this in this way. It seems like the learning is not taking in. So I want to clarify, right, with your team, right? Is there something more that I need to do other than just enabling the document separation uh, settings in the transformational module?
Yeah, Ian, just wonder, you are showing the documents having 31 pages here, if I'm not wrong, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
right? Are they, is this just one document that is going to be um, stored as one single document at the end, or is it going to be expected like 20 something documents? Like the pages which is not classified, like page 25, 29, 51. I would assume it is part of the previous document, yeah. Um,
Okay.
so are there going to be unique documents containing like each document just 1 or 2 pages at the end of the process, meaning that from these 31 pages of document, it is expected to have like at the end 20 different files or 20 different metadata set.
Okay, for these samples that I test, right, all these 31 pages, okay, should belong to one document for these samples. Okay,
Just
just
one
one,
document.
just one document, yes. And then for this one, okay, just now the export document, right? This one, okay, wait, let me close. Okay, so that one is the export document. So all the 31 pages should belong as one document. So I trained 2 times already, and it seems still not able to learn, okay, to merge all those 31 pages. Okay, so for like this one, the export document sample that I shared just now, this one, okay, so there are total, I think, 8 pages, okay, and the 4 pages belong to one export document, and you can see from the screen, and then the remaining 4 belongs to the second export document, okay. For these samples, I also try to submit, okay, several times, I think more than 3 times, and each of my submits, right, I still have to merge manually. Yeah, so it seems like the document is still not able to like learn or classify or merge the documents.
So which means the moment when you enable the document separation, it will just separate each of the pages as one single document lah.
Correct, yeah.
So it doesn't really know how to recognize
Right.
the format of the template itself and then say, oh, okay, this is the same format as what has been configured, then it should cut off from here as a separate document.
Yeah, correct. But I think there's also one challenge because the samples that the Apacs team they use, right? Okay, there's always a main documents. That's where the OCR capture the information. But the supporting documents, right, it varies because sometimes, like for these export documents, there's for these samples, 4 pages belong to one document, right? But I see that some, right, has more than 10 or 20 different supporting documents. So I think there's also one challenge for the OCR to recognize that, okay, how many documents should belongs to one single
No, actually,
document.
the OCR recognition for page separation, by right, it should recognize the page that you want it to be separated as a separate document. So there must be certain anchor point, or there must be certain recognition on the particular page itself one. But I don't know how KTA is but based on my previous experience on some other OCR technology is that the page for any batch of documents that you want it to be separated, right? The particular page you have to actually tell the system this is where the anchor point and these are the key attributes that you should be recognizing. And the moment you scan the document and you see all these anchor points, this is the page where it should be separated as a separate document already.
Right. I would like to add on that, right? So I think there has to be some sort of education also to the users, yeah, the right expectation management in a way that they cannot just submit random number of documents like your export document just now. They expect this to be two separate output, yeah. Let me let me know if I understand it incorrectly, yeah? But the two export documents that Ian was showing, at the end of the process, they expect this to be two different export document data sets, yeah? Is that correct, Ian?
Yes.
Okay, and on this other work, what's that, the work order, right?
You mean the 31 pages one?
The 31 pages is expected to be, at the end, just one document. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Because on that particular 31 page, there is only one workshop report. The rest are all really the attachments.
Right. So, okay. Iowa was mentioning it correctly that for this 31 page, I would just start from that. If all of these are considered as workshop, whereas the system expects only one, right? There has to be a manual intervention from somebody to identify which page to be used as the reference. We cannot make use of all 20 something pages as workshop report, to be anchored document. Yeah. So yes, the system is intelligent, but the system has not been configured to discard, right? To discard similar pages, right? Unless we say that this 31 page, we should separate into 31 31 data sets at the end, right? That's something different. That falls into the other document, the export document, right? Uh, I'm not too very sure. I will have to check with the team later whether they have configured to accept multiple document sets. The way we have done it previously in other projects, when we are presented with this kind of requirement in the beginning, then we need to make sure that for how many, we don't care about how many document sets, then we will have to come up with at the end um, several workflows running in parallel. Yeah, representing the number of documents that would have to be the output later. But again, I said I will check with the team later whether they have configured it that way, whether that has been known at the beginning. Yeah. That if that is the case, fine, right? We have to do it that way. But if it's not, then we need to perhaps we have to again do some sort of information session or communication to the uh, person doing this process later, responsible for this to in the case of 31 page, then to be one document set later, then we have to identify which are the pages that have to be read by this process. You cannot just make use of all of these documents as the reference and trying to find the same information from each page. Yeah. And for this export document, we'll come back to you later. Yeah, just check with the team. I'm not too sure what the team has configured and has been informed previously. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ian, maybe you show the sample document, the actual document of the 31 pages that you tested.
Okay. But right now I have already turned off the document separation.
No. Can you show us the PDF files of the 31 page?
31 page. Okay. Two. 31 pages. Let me look. This one. This one. This one I believe. Um,
Khalif, did the team get this sample of 31-page document?
Which one?
The 31-page document that Ian was mentioning?
I don't think so.
Yeah, also this export document in one submission, which contains two different export documents.
Later I will create an Excel and then I also attach all these attachment in the Excel.
Oh, okay, so it's there in Excel document, yeah?
Yeah,
Fine.
later I'll send out tonight.
Okay, so I think the team will have to look at it and compare to what has been configured.
Okay. Okay, so basically, I think it is more in terms of how the systems actually recognize the pages to do the document separation correctly for each of the document types lah. So and whether it has been actually configured to do the document separation, because what Ian does is that he just based on the user manual and put in the page separation. But once he put the page separation, it seems like the system will just go and split every single page as one document, which I don't think that is the way to configure lah.
Yeah, we'll look at it anyway. And this Excel document, if whatever information that is discussed today, would be good if we can have the sample documents here.
Okay, okay. Okay, Ian, you'll find for the sample later lah. Then maybe we
Okay.
move on to the training feedbacks.
Okay, yeah.
You open up the Excel file.
All right, so this is the list of the requests, okay, the Apacs raised during the trainer sections. So the first one is they requested to have additional column on the workspace overview screen. So I also attached a screenshot here, okay, so we can take a look. So they expect to have additional 4 columns, okay. One is the last modified, or you can name it as last modified or classified by or others column names that make sense. So this column, what is the information that you need to display in this column is actually who are the user that perform the document classifications. Yeah. Okay. So I have already written here. So that is what is need to display for this column. Second is the attachments names. Yeah. So they want to look at the attachments names, okay, at the overview screen as well. Third is that they also are expecting to see the classifications result, okay, in a more quick manner because they think that it is not very efficient for them to go in the document, okay, to check. Yeah, so they want everything display on the overview screens, and then they can do or take actions immediately. Yeah, so that's why they want to show the classification confidence level on the overview screens. Fourth is the document classified type. So I know that when we submit the documents, okay, the systems will already perform document classifications at the back end. Okay, but the document that classifications identified, they have to go into the document itself to look like. They have to click and then go in and check. So same thing, they want this result displayed at the overview screen. Yeah. So is that possible for these 4 columns?
Khalif, has the team completed the discussion on all of these?
The Excel?
Yeah,
Or-
the training feedbacks Excel.
Right. The
we're talking about the first item, the additional columns. So this first
Or
item,
maybe instead of we get the answer now, is the matter of whether, Khalif, have you reviewed the list with your team, and then any clarifications that you might want to actually get from us?
Yes, we have reviewed it with the team, but
which of the that you want to clarify?
give me a second.
Okay. So while waiting, I just quickly brief what are the items from this list lah. So that is just now I was explaining the first item, additional columns. So the second item is regarding the field level confidence displays lah. So right now the Apex teams, when they do the document classifications, right? When you click in, you will see the confidence levels provided by the systems, right? How confident it can actually classify these documents. For example, like this one, GRN, it says 93.5%. Okay, so they also expect to have these, in the document validation. So examples. Examples, this export document. So they expect maybe in this document tab, the first field TRX number invoice, the value that it captured is this SRTMY-SH005319, right? Okay, maybe it can actually display how confident the systems
What's the confidence percentage?
capture.
I don't think this is something possible, right? I doubt any system will actually be able to show it.
So this is the second item. So they expect each of these fields inside here that would show the confidence level of the OCR.
Pak Haji or Khalif, is some of these requests or the feedback is not something feasible or can be done in KTA, so just let us know this is not something possible or is not a feature available in KTA, so that we can just go back to the customer accordingly lah.
Okay. Aiwa and Ian, I think after this meeting, I'll just confirm with the team and look at this one more time before the team respond to you. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Okay.
So,
So if you have any clarification, just feel free to let us know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or you can actually put your remarks in here. So there's actually one columns.
Will do.
Okay, so I will compile the issue list in an Excel, and I will probably send it by tonight or by later is tomorrow morning.
All right. Okay. And but before that, the Excel sheet you sent, can you? I'm not sure whether the team has gotten the samples of these 31 page and one submission of export documents containing 2 different documents.
Oh, I will also attach to that Excel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. Look at it.
All right.
Okay. So just to preempt the team, right, is that we will have a so-called UAT review session with the Apex team on Friday. So if possible, we would like to get some of the feedback end of tomorrow, so that at least on Friday itself, some of the issues or some of the feedback we can actually revert back to Apex team lah. May not be all, but at least we get some of the feedback for more critical issues lah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right then.
All right. So Pak Haji, I saw your email about the new opportunity one. Do you want to stay online a little bit so that I can understand your email? About that. The rest I think can leave the meeting.
Okay. What in parallel, actually, we are preparing the project definition or project scope definition rather, and I'll just put it into this better written project scope document and just share it with you later, rather than
Okay.
just discussing it now, because it's just some bits and pieces of what we have thought about these requirements, and I think it's better to put it in one nice written document for you to look at and put comments later. Because
Okay. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and I will share with you. Hopefully by tomorrow we can share with you.
Okay, that would be good. That would be
Right.
good. Then
Okay.
I think after I review the document,
Yeah.
if we need to arrange a call, then we'll arrange a call. Because to be very honest, at this point of time, because it is just like a request for information stage, we do not have very detailed requirements from the customer yet. So a lot of time we may also need to put in some assumptions to the
Right.
scope that we have actually so-called costed in and things like that, and we have to put in certain assumptions also.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking to. I mean, rather we put it into a project scope draft project scope document, in which we will put whatever assumption we have. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right then.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.